Scott, I'm interested in getting your perspective on applications for the X400, both law enforcement and civilian home defense.
Okay, well, first of all, I use the laser as a supplemental tool. If I get into an unconventional position where for some reason I can't use my sights,
Sure.
This allows me to have some aiming device that will simply supplement or take up the slack for the fact that I've lost my mechanical sights. So what I'm looking for is a tool which heretofore we never had, which is a laser which is dedicated to the pistol. In this case, you've actually been able to mate it to a lighting system, and now we have a hardened system which is going to be dependable, it's reliable, and what I'm able to do now is I can take the pistol and I can use it in all different configurations. It can also be used in a training environment, training mode, and what I do there is I can work on trigger press, I can work on follow through. I'm able to come up, I'm able to press, I can see there's going to be a certain amount of motion.
It's a diagnostic tool.
Absolutely.
Good.
And so that's very, very well put. So it's got a lot of applications, and probably there are going to be more applications as we start using this that we're going to come up with. I may track across a guy that's running, and I go from a well-lit area into a dimly lit area down to a partially lit area. And in that space of, say, 50, 75 feet, I may come up with different types of sighting systems because as I'm coming across, I'm losing the sights here, but I'm picking them up here, but now I'm off here. If I would have the laser, that might help, so we'll see.
At SureFire, we believe it's a good tool for specific applications, and it's not the best tool for all applications. We believe for good marksmanship, good combat marksmanship, you need to be able to shoot with iron sights. Yes, use the laser, unconventional positions. If you have failing eyesight, which many people get later in life.
And that's an excellent point.
Yeah, but as a training tool, remember that if you start shooting from the hip, or not locking out to a fully extended position for shooting, you can also ingrain bad habits with the laser. So we want to make sure people understand it's not a do-all tool, it's not a replacement for the sights, it really is supplemental.
But it's a wonderful, wonderful ancillary tool to the other tools that we've already got. But this is just one more thing thrown into the mix that you may have to pull out. And all it's got to do is save one life, and it's worth its weight in gold. You agree?
I agree.
And I agree with you, brother. There you
Great.
go.
All right.
Okay, good job.
All comes down to the fundamentals, doesn't it?
It always has, always will, and I can't see that ever changing now. Okay, so Derek, what we're going to do is we'll take the pistol out to extended distance. We're going to work on a target out here that's 36 inches tall, 22 inches wide, and 125 yards out.
That one, right by the white rock out there.
Right by the white rock, just about 12 o'clock, just above it. And we're going to try again at night. Coming out here, we'll try using the laser reference shooting to where that white rock is. I already know where the target is, so we'll do that as if it was a muzzle flash or something like that later on, all right?
125 yards at night.
Yeah. So we come up, nice and easy. There we go.
Nice.
Okay, so there's the
Look like
shot.
you've done that before.
Once or twice, yeah.
Great. Well, do you mind if I give it a shot right now?
Not at all, let's go.
Okay, good. It's not often you get to shoot pistol at ranges like this.
Nope.
On steel too. Okay, so you're just, you said important thing is just let it roll and don't try to manage the follow-up shot.
Yeah, forget the recoil. Just let the pistol roll, and everything's got to be just super, super refined. Super gentle trigger press, stay on the sights, just let it roll. Very good.
Sweet.
Well, I'll tell you what, very impressive, young man, because that is not easy.
All right.
Okay? Outstanding, good job.
Thank you very much.
And that's quite a distance. We're going to see if we can pull this off at night.
Great.
One of the problems that's plagued us in the community for many, many years is the fact that with a rifle up close, you have to offset.
Sure.
And when you're talking offset, if I have optics, such as the optics we're going to be using in this rifle, if I'm looking through the optics, I would actually have to place a crosshair up here in order to hit down here because the centerline axis of my scope tube is well above the centerline axis of the bore. If I go to iron sights, it's not quite as much, but I still have to offset. If I need a precision shot, such as in a hostage situation, or I've got to get it close, there's an intermediate barricade which is interposed between myself and the suspect, and this is the only shot that's afforded to me, what I need to be able to do is I need a definitive point of aim, point of impact. What if we take the X400, mount it to the right side of the rifle, you have an additional light, it's nominal in weight, it's hardened, it's locked into the system, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a point of aim, point of impact at 21 feet and in. That means if I get in close, all I have to do, both eyes open, coming up, I'm achieving the stock weld. As soon as I come up on the stock weld here, I lock in, both eyes are open. It's an occluded eye gun sight now. One eye is focused on the target, one is focused on the dot itself, the laser.
Sure.
My point of aim, point of impact is the same. That gives me speed, it gives me a wide field of view, and it allows me to strike it.
And
exactly
under stress, you don't
stress.
have to remember that and make that calculation.
I don't have to offset.
Under stress,
I do not have to offset. I now have all kinds of options on my sighting system. Everything from at distance, up close.
That makes perfect sense.
Okay, from a slow position. Now, when we're coming up here, from a low ready, if I'm moving, come up, and again, I've got the sight on, you can see the laser right there, there's the shot. If I go to speed, right there, just like that.
Yeah, no time lost finding your sight.
I've got both eyes open, and what I'm doing is, it's called what we call occluded eye gun sight. Basically, I have one eye which is focused on the target, but the other eye is picking up the laser dot. Go ahead and try it. Good. So what I do is come to low ready, just go slow first. Just all you do, keep both eyes open. It's going to be a little bit different. So you keep both eyes open, just watch the dot, hold it steady, and gently press. So go ahead and do it real slow, so you kind of get a feel for it.
Sure.
Lie it on right where those other shots are, pretty much. Right there, center in the forehead, and gently press. There you go. Wherever that dot is, you're going to hit.
Yep.
So what I'm doing now is I'm using both eyes open. There you go, same hole. Same hole. There you go. Same hole. Right there. Beautiful. What do you think?
Simple, effective, works, and you've got your full field of vision.
Exactly. You also have a supplemental light. But if you notice, what this allows me to do, I come in close quarters, I don't have to go through the optics, don't have to go through the iron sights. Instead, both eyes open, laser, very quick, very rapid, there you are. I just solved a major problem which has been a shooting dilemma for people with rifles up close for many, many years.
That's great.